All right, welcome to week 1, common questions. So we're going to go over 3 questions today that you're probably already asking yourself. So we're just going to run through them real fast, and if you have any more, just shoot me an email and I can answer your questions. So question number 1 is, why is step number 1 so important? Now, I know a lot of the men going through Catholic Steel Bootcamp probably have already done a values analysis or where you write down your values. The reason why it's so important is, as you can tell, and if you've gone through it and done every step of it, and the big thing for me, and one of the guys going through the course, he said that the thing that was different to him than everything else that he had gone through was where I said, turn your answers into questions and then put those to come up on your phone at these times. And the secret sauce of the whole exercise is the bridge between theoretically getting your values and then practically integrating that into your day. And the questions do that, because questions direct our thoughts, and then our thoughts direct our actions. So what I wanted to do is, I wanted you to think about your deepest values, to turn those into questions, so that every day you would have your deepest values be kind of reiterated to you on your phone every day. So whether it's, how can I serve in this moment, so that every moment when that pop-up comes on your phone, you're redirected to your deepest value, that in this moment I want to serve. In this moment I want to see how I can be, make sure they're having a good time, make sure I'm allowing Christ to love through me, and not focused on myself, not saying how can I get out of work, and so on. So that's kind of why this step is so important, and why I recommend to go through it before you move on to week number 2. Now, question number 2 is, how long should I spend doing step number 1? And I would say spend 30 minutes. If you spend 30 minutes going through it and just allow a little 5 or so minutes for each section, the reason why is, if you spend your answer in the first 5 minutes will be just as good as if you spent 30 minutes on each question. And the reason why is because the faster you get through this, the faster you fill it out, the quicker you can use it as a tool. And then that brings me to the next section of these Q&A, which is an advanced tip. And that's, speed is the important thing here, because the faster you get through it and the less you deliberate on it, the more you can get to being able to use the tool. And then my recommendation is, after you have it filled out, probably once a month, when you get to step 6, which is balance and having a monthly retreat, that's where we talk about reviewing and looking over your values. And that's where you can refine it, tweak it, change your questions, make them more relevant, make them more honed, make them, as you develop, more powerful to you. So it's just a tool that we're going to be continually tweaking. So kind of speed instead of perfection. And we're just going to be continually tweaking it as the months and the weeks go on. And the last question is question number 3. Is it really important to sign and hang up my Catholic Seal commitment? And that's the second sheet that comes with the Clarity Blueprint, your commitment sheet. And the point of the commitment sheet is to have, just like the questions, they bring you back to your deepest values. The commitment sheet's purpose is to put in front of you, somewhere where you see every day, of the high standards, of the steps that are going to keep you living a high performance life, allowing you to stay focused in that if something's off in your life, you can look at your sheet and you can realize, I committed to the Catholic Seal Way of Life, and it's these 7 steps. And I know that if I do these 7 steps, my life is going to be very balanced, the priorities are going to be in place, and if something's out of whack, if something's not right, you can just glance at it and you can say, I feel like I'm getting my values aren't very clear for me, so I need to go through that step and redefine them again, create better questions. And then step number 2, am I doing my daily holy hour? If you're not, you know that is the foundation for everything to follow. So I find it as a key integral part to making all this happen, because it allows me to realize, okay, yeah, I've committed to this not because it's something I have to do, but because it's as a man of God, as a husband, as a father, I want to be my best, and I'm using the Catholic Seal Way of Life as a tool to help me stay on track, to help me stay focused, and to keep my standards high, and realize when things get busy and when things get out of whack, as my guide to help me realize how to get back on the path. So it's just a little tool, a visual reminder to help you do that. So I would say, if you're really serious about this, it's really important to complete this step, if you're really serious about integrating the entire process. So that's it for the Q&A for week 1. Also, if you have any more questions, just shoot me an email and I'll be happy to answer it for you. Otherwise, have a great week, and I will see you in week 2. God bless.